Hey everybody, welcome back. Let's talk about 10 things every e-commerce website needs. E-commerce business essentials. Here's a crazy statistic. E-commerce accounted for over 14% of all retail sales in 2020, bringing in over $800 billion, and it's expected to rise to 22% by 2025. Even though COVID restrictions are lifting, we know this is a trend that won't be likely to reverse itself as life gets back to somewhat normal. So if you're looking to get into the e-commerce game, you need to make sure that your website has the e-commerce components that it needs to succeed. That's why in this video, we're going to review 10 e-commerce website essentials. So how can you be sure that your e-commerce website is performing at the best level that it can? You need to make sure that your site is converting visitors into customers. This doesn't always mean you need to have all the newest, fanciest features like 360-degree product previews or dynamic product search capabilities, but it does mean that you need to have some key elements that guarantee customer satisfaction and allow your business to stay competitive. So let's get into the list. Number 1, an excellent marketing strategy with a strong USP. There's no point in having an amazing e-commerce website if you have no customers, right? So your marketing strategy should target your customers as specifically as possible. To do that, you need to have a crystal clear idea about what your USP is, your unique selling proposition. When customers visit your site, they should immediately know what you're great at, what problem it is that you are going to solve for them. Why are you different than other e-tailers in your category? What do you do better than they do? Do you have a greater selection? Do you have a higher level of design? Do you have lower pricing or even more premium pricing? Do you have better quality? You can express your USP in just a few sentences. You don't have to make it a long story. In fact, I suggest that you don't make it a long story because no one reads websites anymore. Here's a great example. Joe and Jane's sells the highest quality crafted leather accessories that are made by hand in the USA. Our bespoke designs are also highly functional and our materials are always ethically sourced. Now see how Jane and Joe did that? In just 2 sentences, they gave an overarching view of their products that they sold, the level of quality, the design and pricing, as well as expressing their ethical beliefs. So keep your business model clear and simple to understand so visitors know exactly what you're great at. That way, you can hone in on your target customers. Because you've heard the old adage, if you try to attract everyone, you'll be sure to attract no one. Now, the second e-commerce website essential is that you want design that matches your product category. Site visitors are going to make assumptions about your store, literally within the first milliseconds, and they usually do that based on color and imagery. So product images, make them as large as possible with clear, high-quality photography because pictures, as they say, are worth 1,000 words. And consistency is key in making your e-commerce website work. Keeping your design aligned with what you're selling helps people understand that they're in the right place and that you have what they want. When designing your site, make sure that everything from color to layout to imagery, typography perfectly aligns with what you sell. Here's an example. Let's say that your e-commerce website sells skateboards for teens. Your design should look exciting and electric and maybe even have animations or motion graphics. Maybe your website's selling the latest tech gadgets. That way the theme should be really clean and your design should be very elevated and modern and maybe even monochromatic. Now, I want to take a moment and tell you about one company that's doing a really great job of providing a really broad range of products and services to e-commerce companies, and that's GoDaddy. And they, in fact, are sponsoring this video. You may think of GoDaddy as a domain name seller, but man, I tell you, they have grown into so much more than that. GoDaddy offers WordPress e-commerce website design with hundreds of templates. In fact, they specialize in helping you get started selling online, offering hosting, branded email, domains, of course, and even more. And when your business scales up, they're going to be there to help you. They even offer physical point-of-sale devices for companies with retail presences, and they have some of the lowest fees in the industry. So with GoDaddy's e-commerce platform, you can sell anything, anywhere. It's the e-commerce platform designed to help you grow your business. And you can start for free with them by just clicking on the link in the description to this video. Okay, now let's get back to the list. Number 3, social proof. Let me ask you a question. Do you read online reviews before you make a purchase? Well, if you do, you're like 95% of other people. In fact, 70% of site visitors will not make a purchase until they've read some sort of social proof, either a review or star ratings or testimonials or watching a customer reaction video. All that makes having reviews and ratings on your site one of the top must-haves for e-commerce sites. It's been proven time and again that people trust people more than they do brands. So let other people do your selling for you. If you can, build review functionality into your site. You can also encourage folks to leave reviews on third-party sites like Facebook or Google My Business or even LinkedIn or product review websites. Number 4 is calls to action. After you tell people your USP, what it is that you sell, why you're better, why you're different, the next step that you have to take is you have to tell them exactly what to do. It's important not to assume that users are going to take the action that you want them to take. You have to add clear calls to action, or CTAs, in your site's copywriting. Use simple button text like add to cart or shop now to direct users' attention in a positive way. Although you may find it really fun to use personality copy like a button that says, hey, yeah, let's do this, instead of buy now, people can and will get confused, and a confused shopper leads to abandoned carts. And if there's one nightmare that e-tailers have that wakes them up more often than any other, that's being haunted by the ghost of abandoned carts. That brings us to number 5, mobile friendly. Over 50% of web traffic today is on mobile, and 61% of consumers are more likely to buy from mobile-friendly sites. In fact, mobile conversion rates are 64% higher than desktop conversion rates. That means making your e-commerce website mobile-friendly can increase both your traffic and your conversions. So if your store looks bad on mobile and doesn't function the way it should, you are already dead, and you should stop this video right now and freaking fix it today. Responsive websites adjust to the screen someone is using when they view your site, so it looks great and works perfectly on laptops and tablets and desktops and mobile. In fact, a few years ago, Google mandated that all websites use responsive design, and they're actively downgrading sites that aren't responsive in search results on Google. So if you're using an old theme or an old platform that isn't responsive, you really need to upgrade that soon. It doesn't matter what kind of amazing products you're offering, if potential customers are unable to shop painlessly, then the sale is lost. Number 6 has to do with navigation, user-friendly navigation. Intuitive, easy-to-use navigation is one of the most essential e-commerce website features, period. I don't know about you, but if I can't quickly find what I need on your e-commerce site, I'm not going to stick around long enough to figure out how to make a purchase. You need to make sure that menus are really in easy-to-find locations, like across the top of a page, and you'd be amazed at how many sites actually don't even do that. You want to allow users to sort and filter products by price and style and size and manufacturer and all sorts of other characteristics. But of course, the features that you use depend on the sorts of products that you're selling and what's really important to your consumers. But many e-commerce platforms like Shopify and WooCommerce and GoDaddy's offering have really great and solid UX design, and it's intuitive and it always works. So you might consider using a dedicated e-commerce provider as opposed to building something totally custom on your own. Number 7 is high quality photos and videos. The purpose of your e-commerce website is to sell products, and visual imagery gets users' attention and makes you look professional and helps visitors make purchase decisions. When showcasing products, make sure that you're using high quality images so you can grab users' attention, and the larger the images, the better. Don't just settle for one image of your product either. Include photos from multiple angles if you can to let shoppers zoom in on the image and show people using products in different situations. Oh, and don't forget video. Studies suggest that product videos make shoppers 85% more likely to purchase, so having video should be one of your top priorities for your e-commerce website. Number 8 is email marketing strategy. Capturing a customer's email is a key step in any e-commerce journey. It's important to remember, though, that the marketing of your store doesn't end at purchase. It's important to create an email follow-up sequence to any purchase. So you want to make sure that your customer knows that you appreciate them, knows that you appreciate them shopping at your store, and that they know where to turn if they have a problem. You also want to make sure to have email campaigns set up to reach your customers about upcoming sales in the future. You want to build an email marketing strategy that periodically but gently reminds your customers that you exist and that your loyalty is really important to them. Email can be used to build meaningful engagement, encourage social sharing of your customer's experience with your brand, and also gives customers the opportunity to engage in product purchaser communities and fan bases. But here's a watch out. Be careful about emailing too frequently, because you're going to find yourself getting sent to the spam folder and being blocked from ongoing communication with your customers. Number 9 is contact information. The kiss of death in e-commerce is being cagey about your contact information. Making contacting the company easy and painless is really important. You want to offer multiple forms of communication, ideally phone, email, physical address, text, and DMs. If your store hides contact information or offers only email as a means of communication, customers see this as a serious red flag and they're less likely to do business with you. And that leads us to the last and final piece of the puzzle, customer support. And customer support is number 10. How do you handle unsatisfied customers or any potential buyer who has a question about your products, services, or your company? If you offer an email address, contact form, text, DM, or chat on your website, make sure that you answer those communications really quickly. Live chat integration for e-commerce sites is getting increasingly popular because it allows customers to get help with an issue before they're actually leaving the site. And this is very helpful in making sure that you're getting as many conversions as you possibly can. If there's one thing that customers value over any other aspect of e-commerce, it's quick response times. If you want to seriously stand out from the pack, be awesome at customer service. Bend over backwards to make people happy, even if it costs you just a little bit of money. There's nothing that will kill your brand faster than word of mouth traveling around the web about what a crappy experience someone had with your brand. People love to complain, so you have to make it really, really hard for them to do so. So there it is, 10 things your e-commerce website absolutely positively needs. And remember, I want you to check out GoDaddy's e-commerce platform and their services. The link is in the description of this video. So if you like this video, hit the subscribe button, make sure to bang that notifications bell, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.